a video. So I talked to the ophthalmologist for the dog, and God, what the heck are they doing out there? I thought it was a military chopper, but I don't know if it's a truck. I don't know what they're doing outside. Yikes. Okay, so I talked to him on the phone, and I met him at the vet. Both of the dog's optic nerves are inflamed and scratched, and he doesn't understand why. He said the only way this would happen is if she got pushed in the eyes with a lot of force, which didn't happen. So I said, what do we do? Because I said, I know this is going to be expensive. And yeah, he said, at least they know she's got inflamed optic nerves. And he said he could deal with that by giving her steroids or prednisone. He said that's how he would treat it, is prednisone. But he said if you give the dog prednisone and she's got other medical issues that are causing all of this stuff, then you could harm her body. You could make her worse. So he says what they need to do is find out why why her optic nerve is inflamed. Thank you for the 2 viewers that are watching, if you're watching to hear about the dog. So he said the way to do that is you have to do an MRI. They would give her an epidural and they would give her an MRI and they would check her brain and find out what's causing this. It could be other diseases. She could have cancer. But the thing is, my vet checked her blood last couple weeks ago. She said her blood levels are really good, very strong. So I can't believe if she had a blood test that that they would have missed any of that stuff. He says, so you have to do an MRI. And I said, and we're talking big money. And he says, yes, since they got a quote, it's probably going to be about $3,500 for the MRI. So have you noticed? I'm not the one begging for money out there like all the screamers. We're talking $3,500 MRI, $1,400 dental bill for having that broken tooth extracted, a couple $100 for all the appointments, and $600 for the ophthalmologist. We're talking a good $8,000-9,000. And if the legend out there would give me a $2,500 donation, that would be wonderful. But I don't ask for that stuff. That's not me. I don't ask other people to pay my bills. So I told the ophthalmologist. I said, of course I'm going to do that. I said, I'm not going to say no. This dog deserves her life and she deserves vision. And I said, is she ever going to see again? And he said, I don't know. She might never see again. He said, they don't know why she's not seeing except that the optic nerve is inflamed. That's the main thing. And they got to find out why. If they can get the optic nerve down, the inflammation down, he said it's scratched, but maybe they can get it down enough where she might see lights, she might see shadows, she might see partial vision, might have partial vision, she might have no vision. He says he can't make a promise he doesn't know. And I said, it doesn't matter. We spend the money. We do the tests. The dog deserves what she can get. Let's try to get her healthy. I'll foot the bill for it. And he said, good, I'm glad you said that. That's what we want to do. So then I said, I don't want to be stuck in the middle where I'm going between the vet and you, the ophthalmologist, and the MRI people, and nobody knows what's going on and nobody's coordinating this. And he says, don't worry, I will be the one you'll reach out to. He said, I'll be dealing with the MRI people, but their diagnosis will go straight to the ophthalmologist, and he said he'll be the one making the recommendations on what needs to be done. So I don't know if I'm still going to be in the loop with the vet meeting at that office, or I'm going to be meeting at the ophthalmologist's office, or I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I told him, I said, I want this done as soon as possible, and he said, I agree with you. So can you turn that down? This is what I deal with all day long, that TV blasting. And my mom just turns it up constantly. It's all day. I'd say turn it down, and 5 minutes later it would be blasting again. So I said, I want to get this done as soon as possible. If we can do it this week, I want to do it. I got to get my mom's nails done tomorrow. That was a big battle today because she thought that I'm not going to get into it. She's getting her nails done tomorrow. She's got a hearing aid appointment coming up this week, and if I have to cancel the hearing aid appointment to get the dog her MRI, that's what's going to happen. This dog comes first. So that's where we're at right now. Big money. I'm going to start submitting all these claims to the insurance company and see if they pay at least 50%, which they might. They probably won't pay for most of it. They probably will pay for some of the MRI stuff. They might pay for the testing today with the eye doc, with the ophthalmologist, but they will not pay for the vet appointments. They'll probably pay at least 30 to 50% maybe for the tooth extraction. I don't know. I don't know how their system works. So that's what's going on with my little lady. She walked out of the vet. It's when I saw the girl behind the counter today. She said, "Oh, how's she doing from her tooth extraction?" And I said, "She's blind." She went, "What?" Because a week ago, even yesterday, she was fine. Maybe. I said, "She's blind." And she says, "Oh my God." I said, "I was up at 5 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. Saying my dog is blind. I woke up in the middle of the night, all throughout the night, thinking about the dog, crying my eyes out and going back to sleep. I woke up, the dog, ever since I got the dog, she's always waited for me to finish showering and then she licks the water off my feet. Sometimes my feet, sometimes my calf muscles, sometimes my shins. And I took the shower today. She was petrified. Well, I think she was scared. She was laying in the dog bed that I built her. She slept in there most of the night, and then she came in the 5 a.m. when I woke up. She came in the living room, and when she could see, I had like 30 blankets, 20, 30 blankets. All it was just a big cave for her to lay down in, and she'd roll around and kick them all around. Well, now, because she can't see, I'm worried she's going to trip on all this stuff and get hurt. So I took all the blankets out yesterday except for one, and she went on that this morning. And I laid down next to her. See, the TV's going up again in volume. I laid down next to her, and I hugged her, and I held her, and she let me do that, and then she pulled away, which is usually how it works with a parent, and they pull away. So she pulled away from me, and then when I went to take her out this morning, she was not as scared. The last couple of days, she's been frightened. I didn't know she was blind, so I'm approaching her a little differently now. But she was frightened. I said, "It's okay. I'm coming towards you. I'm going to be there. I'm going to put the leash on. Let's go out." And she heard it. Knew I wasn't trying to hurt her or attack her. I got the leash on. She looked at she knew the step was there, and I said, "It's okay. I'll pick you up." So I picked her up, got her down the step, and I don't know how long I'm going to live in this house. I'm assuming I'm going to live in this house for a while. And I don't know how long my mom is going to be alive, but when she passes, I am definitely going to have a contractor come over here and take the 2 steps on the porch and turn it into a ramp. I don't want to put a wheelchair ramp in there, but uh, I don't know why they build houses with porches with steps, and I don't know why people want to move into 2-story houses. Most people that I know that are elderly hate their 2-story house because they can't get up the stairs and the steps. Most people that have problems, whether they're middle-aged or elderly or knee problems, you get 2 steps on a porch, they can't get up this porch. So this porch, I've slipped on this porch holding the rail, and now I don't know what it's going to be like when the rain starts. That's frightening to think about. But the dog is petrified of the idea of going down the step, probably because she tried a couple days ago and hurt herself again. So I picked her up, got her down, and she was frightened. She went down the driveway and made her little peep, a peep, a peep. Hasn't done a poop since yesterday when she left a nice gift outside the vet's door. So she's gonna have to poop later today. But she's only eaten like about half of a meal in the last 2 days. She's lost 2 pounds. Things are crazy. Things are just crazy. But while I don't have a lot of hope, I have a little bit of hope that even if she never sees again, as long as we can have them do this, I might not want to know what's going on with that brain and the inflammation. I might not want to know. They might find out that she's got some serious disease or illness or problems. And then do you treat it or do you just leave her alone and let her live her life? But at least instead of being told, like I was yesterday, your dog is blind and that's just how it is, and they walked out of the room and I stood there crying, at least now I know that she had an ophthalmologist, ophthalmologic, that's it. She had an ophthalmologic exam. I knew I'd get it. And a specialist looked at the eyes, and at least we know that there's a thing called SA and SARD. Is it SNARD something? Where the optic nerve goes dead. The optic nerve goes dead, and the animal is perfect. They're permanently blind after that. There is no cure for it. He didn't mention that. All he said is she's got optical nerve inflammation, and that is what's causing all this. He says, has she been blind in both eyes or one eye, or do you even know? So he was thinking maybe she's been blind in one eye for a long time. I don't know, but that's where we're at right now. So I lost all my viewers, and I could really care less. You don't support the channel, you don't do my donations, you don't do the super chats, and I don't really care if you watch. And there you go. Peace out.